let's talk AI slop. So last year I went crazy vibe coding, right? Trying to vibe code, trying to like push the limits, and it went all right. Like I got all the apps I wanted to get out, and now it's time to like circle back and see which ones I actually care about, and I have been doing that, right? Um, the Mo Foods is the newest version is being pushed to um test flight right now. So if you want to invite, you gotta just hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and I'll send you a link because I don't really get that many beta testers, and I don't really get too many people actually like trying to help me make sure things work or stuff uh, for all my apps. And that's okay. I ship a lot, so I've been trying to test it solo, but this version feels solid, and the version that will most likely go out to the public, right? And I got to tidy up the um the landing page. Now, here's the thing. Like, I'm going back to how I used to build things. Like, first of all, I was learning iOS again, and it ain't that good. And I need to focus on like these learning the hard way, right? Which is why I'm actually picking up Go. Go's seems like a really cool programming language. Has some cool. I think it's called concurrency. Go routines. I think is what it's called. Um, it just looks like a really cool language. Like it seems like it's small enough to like know it and fun enough to like build some cool stuff with it. So I'm gonna be learning code from scratch with Go, and then of course upping up my iOS skills and all that other stuff. Like I need to get back into learning with it by hand. The reason why I'm showing you this because I did Techstars Startup Weekend in Boston. Techstars is an accelerator, and they have these like weekend events where you can like basically like a hackathon. We have 40 hours to work on an idea. You can come with an idea, or you can bring your own, or um, and pitch it and whatnot. And they had a startup weekend, and if your idea is good, they can connect you with folks. Uh, we worked on a money management app. Uh, yeah, I'll go into that. So it's called Commit. It's the other guy's idea, and basically he wants to solve impulsive spending, and um, by having people record videos and reflect on just before they make a purchase or after, right? Because he's like budgeting apps track damages. He wants to make it more proactive, like add frictions and barriers, and we he didn't have like an app or anything or how it was going to look or anything, and I threw in some of my ideas and he threw in some of his, and we got this thing where the idea was you upload a video to reflect, and you can add accountability partners like your friends to help you stay on track. But if you fail to meet your goal, you would pay a social tax. Now it's $30, but I feel like it should be lower. I think it should just round up to the nearest dollar and then distribute like that. But yeah, that's kind of how it works, and we're fleshing it out, and some things are gonna probably change entirely. Still deciding if I want to go along with this. Another thing I want to go back to is design. Like Sketch was the app I was using along with InVision back in like 2016. InVision doesn't exist no more. It was a startup for prototyping, and I'm going back to pen and paper. Like I'm going back to the old school way of how I used to plan my apps. I used to market it. I used to not market. I used to do research. I used to sketch on pen and paper. I used to plan out the whole thing. I used to make sure, all right, is this something people want to use? And then I kind of like just had fun. It was like, all right, I'm just gonna build, right? I'm just gonna build for myself and then post it out or publish it out and just see what happens, right? So that's what I've been doing. Um, so that's what I've been doing. What else? When this AI thing started happening, I just started vibe coding. I was like, let me see how I push the limits. And before I used to copy and paste, from ChatGPT, put it in the IDE. Then these tools started coming out, and now we're in the agentic age. And last year, like it wasn't good. Like it wasn't fun vibe coding that much, right? This year, it's crazy. Like they actually can one shot here things here and there, and people are now technical and non-technical are now publishing things that are going crazy, and it like publishing things quick. You can see stuff in the app store, and it's getting a little um, it's getting crazy out here. Hold on, I am trying to find the form. What in the world? Give me a second. All right, I just wanted to show this part, but I'm trying to. I lost my train of thought. Um, yeah, that video's gonna go up. But yeah, people. There's a lot of people hating on vibe coding, and they're not secure. And I get it. Like I get the concern. Uh, of people putting up apps and trying to ride this wave, but the hate is kind of weird, honestly. Like I get it when people are posting unsecure apps, like apps that are not secure, but I can't help but think even before this how people were still building apps that were not secure even before this AI thing came out. Like people were building stuff that wasn't good, wasn't secure, wasn't safe to use, and like it just make AI just makes it a lot quicker to get to that point, right? And I would be damned if I spent a year or whatever building both foods, come out find out no one wants it, like, and I people would say, well, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, well, too bad, you got AI. Anyway, I'm going to start doing research like this now, where you're like, collecting input, or doing surveys, going out and interview. Because one thing I did in Boston was I actually went out on the streets and actually tried to talk to people. And the guy I worked with, Prince Will, um, he held up a sign saying, "Are you an impulsive spender?" And then we got a chance to interview people, like 3, 4 questions or whatnot, and it went really well, for the most part. And so we kind of have like this data back, and we kind of know like, okay, where to go, and how we might want to change our ideas. So um, I think I'm gonna start doing that. Start looking at trends, start finding out if this is what people want. Because I've always solved my problems, and all the apps I've been working on, I like that the shit I build, and it works for the most part. But yeah, sketching, doing research. Like I think for the next idea, well, I still got some things I gotta do, that I just want to see, exist and just build. So before I get to a project where I'm like, all right, let's actually do some research. Let's actually see what the problem is. Do research, sketch it out. I'm gonna document that whole process. For right now, yeah, you're still gonna see me build all throughout June and most of this year. The things I just want to see up out on the app store, out in the on a domain and stuff, and they will be vibe coded. You will be seeing Slum Slop, right? But I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not. I don't. I know how to code. Like, so I don't know if the AI slop, you know, apply. What the people who hate AI slop applies to me. I don't even know if the people who say those things in the comments are even developers. I know some of them are. There was like this one guy on Twitter that was like stalking me, and like he hacked into Mo Foods because the guy I paid to set it up left the fire storage bucket open. Basically pulled a what you call it, the T app thing on me, and it was crazy. Yeah, but he's like, there's some devs who are haters on that stuff, but they don't build anything. So their opinion doesn't really. I feel like you can hate, like, you got freedom of speech to do all that, but I'm over here showing you my notifications. But like, if you ain't actually built anything, you don't. Your opinion don't hold weight. It's like you could be a sport analyst and comment on sports, build the credibility. But if you at the end of the day, you ain't never been on the other side. I mean, honestly, you know, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, research, designing. I'm not a hater when it comes to AI slop. I think AI slop is fine. Uh, and I think what's going to happen is apps, or these AI models, these AI companies will, they're aware, and they are coming out with tools to help make these things more secure. Um, but yeah, it's not perfect. Uh, and I'll end the video with this. 2 years ago, people said we wouldn't even get to this point, and of AI not being able to do things, and vibe coding, and you're all safe like 20 years before you can do what we're doing now. Like I've heard people say that like 10, it'll take 10, 20 years before we get to the point where we are at now. And now here we are. The Will Smith eating spaghetti video is realistic as hell. Where's the next 2 years going to take us? Apps might be more secure. Develop, like, there's always going to be engineers. I'm still convinced there'll always be engineers, software engineers. I just think there might be way less uh, than there is today, especially with all that. learning how to code and boot camps that were coming out and pumping out uh, all these folks learning how to code, I think we'll be seeing a lot less, maybe less, more companies, more projects, but less like people hiring. But there'll be more builders, and I don't. There's nothing bad with learning how to code or knowing how to use AI to build stuff. I think it's important to be tech literate or AI literate, um, and hopefully it'll be more accessible to other places around the world. Like everybody needs access to AI at this point, honestly. Uh, and that might you might be thinking like, what? Well, you're crazy. Hell no. But no, I do think like, especially in places um, in places like that don't have it like that, AI would be very helpful for them to get access to information. Uh, I forgot how to add a build ready to submit. Yeah, this is what I want. Try out the map and social features. Also groups and AI recommendations feature. Have fun. Last update. I do have some testers, but people haven't really been testing. So I've been. Someone asked me like, Mo, how do you like test? Like, how do you beta test? How do you get testers? And it's mostly friends and family, but that's not always consistent. So you gotta test as much as you can on your own. And there's also testing, tools out there. Write your own unit test or have AI write the unit test, even though sometimes it doesn't really do that well with it. Um, yeah, you just gotta. I think the best way to test it is to put it out in the wild and find somebody to like your first user to be like, this is crap, and then go back and iterate. But yeah, just AI slop. I forgot what I made this video because everyone's hating on AI slop. Developers and non-developers like, I don't know. And also there was this cool app. I don't care if it was vibe coded, as long as it's like secure, of course. Because I've come across some sites where I'm like, oh no, don't use that one. But there was one project that was fire, and someone was, you know, hating on it. Uh, but yeah, I think that's all I got for y'all. Mm, yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I lost a subscriber. I don't. I think I lost them like this week or yesterday. I don't know. Maybe y'all are tired of these Loom videos, but I didn't even think I'd get this many subscribers. I'm just, I'm just documenting my journey so I can look back at this when I'm old or whatever. Um, and I will be making good content. I know I keep saying it, but I will. I will. And TikToks. And TikToks. I am now shifting towards like after I get these projects out and I'm just having fun incrementing, like building them. Um, I'm gonna be a content creator. Like I'm already gonna start writing and blogging and building an audience, but like I think it's just time to get used to just making content, putting your face out there, building a personal brand. Like everyone's a content creator now. Like in a way, everyone kind of always was if you had a social media account, but like it's just the way it is. And then this whole thing about the agentic economy, and you have Stripe and Shopify coming out with this agentic stuff, and people are talking about agentic businesses, and uh, I love AI. I'm not going. I really do, but at the same time, I really don't know like what the hell is going on. Like I get the haters too, but at the same I like it, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, y'all got a point, but it's a mess. It might be a mess. All right, that's all I got for y'all. Um, Mo Foods will be released just before June. I'm hoping. Let's actually look at my calendar before I say bye to y'all. Let me show you my life. I'm learning French. I'm going to the World Cup game. France versus Senegal. Goddamn. I see Mo Studios. College debt payment. I think I don't remember what that was. I got some projects, but here, check this out. I'm gonna build a game this summer. I decided I'm not gonna continue with this project. But the woman who wants the Becker app, I'm still gonna try. I'm gonna still build that out for her. If I just host it myself on a cheap, yeah, just charge people or whatever. Let's see. Clapback still makes money. This is canceled. This is still planned. I have a new idea for this. These I don't think I'm gonna come back to. Maybe Kylek. Maybe. Mo Books. Nah, I don't know. I think, yeah, the only things I'm coming back to are, I should make a list. But I can tell you right now, it's Mo Gaines, it's Mo Eats. I got a cool idea for Mo Eats now. Uh, it's Cali and Mo Moods, Mo Money. I have no idea. Uh, I might make a new status say stuck. I'm gonna leave red flags. I don't know what to do with that one. Let your bros one day. It might be next year or 2 years from now, but I'm gonna get into some fun VR development. Oh, oh, damn it. Okay, I gotta. Okay, okay, I gotta add some stuff. All right, catch y'all.